Wes Streeting has resigned as Britain's health secretary, saying Thursday that he has lost confidence in Prime Minister Keir Starmer's leadership and that it would be dishonourable and unprincipled to remain in his government. And the move comes after days of speculation about whether Streeting would formally challenge Starmer's leadership of the Labour Party. In his letter to the Prime Minister, Streeting announced his resignation from government but did not say that he was launching a leadership contest. And British Health Secretary Wes Streeting has resigned from the ruling Labour government, deepening a crisis that threatens to topple Prime Minister Keir Starmer after less than 2 years in office. Starmer is under growing pressure step down following disastrous results in last week's local elections.
That Chinese President Xi Jinping has warned his United States counterpart, Donald Trump, that missteps on Taiwan could push their two countries into conflict. A stark opening salvo as the two leaders meet in Beijing for a summit. Trump arrived in China with accolades for his host, calling Xi a great leader and friend, and extending an invitation for Xi to visit the White House in September.
And dust storms, heavy rain and lightning have killed at least 96 people in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh and damaged homes and other structures, officials said. According to them, more than 50 people were injured in these weather-related incidents, several districts of Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state, on Wednesday. And Samsung has already started preparing for the One UI 9 release based on Android 17, even as the stable rollout of One UI 8.5 continues. The One UI 9 beta program has already gone live for the Galaxy S26 series, with additional Galaxy devices expected to join later. And Nexon, the developer behind the massively popular online survival shooter game Ark Raiders, said in its Q1 2026 earnings report that the game has surpassed 16 million units sold in around 6.5 months. And the game sold 4.6 million units during Q1 2026 alone. ARCs had already reached 15.5 million sales by the end of the quarter before crossing the 16 million mark shortly afterward. And Nexon described it as the most successful new product launch in the company's history.
That Vivo has started teasing the design of its upcoming Vivo S60 series in China. Han Boxiao, product manager at Vivo Communication Technology, recently shared new details about the lineup, highlighting a summer-inspired design theme with a reflective silver-white finish.
And Trump Mobile said Wednesday it has started shipping its delayed 499 T1 smartphones to customers. The gold-plated device was originally scheduled for release in August last year.
That Xiaomi has started revealing additional details about the upcoming Xiaomi 17 Max ahead of its expected launch later this month. The company has confirmed several key specifications, highlighting battery life, display technology, and camera performance as major focus areas for the device. That Lahore, the National Cybercrime Investigation Agency, NCCIA, has busted a fake call center in Lahore and arrested 7 suspects, including 3 women. According to Director Muhammad Ali Wasim, NCCIA Punjab has launched a province-wide crackdown against organized gangs allegedly involved in online investment and financial fraud.
And Latvian Prime Minister Ivica Salina has resigned following a political crisis over Russia-bound Ukrainian drones straying into Latvian territory. She had fired her defense minister Andris Spruds last week after 2 drones crashed down in eastern Latvia, criticizing his response and appointing a replacement.
That Salah Maman, a former Nigerian power minister, has been sentenced to 75 years in prison for laundering 33.8 BN naira, 24.7 meters. 18.5, a rare conviction against corrupt officials in the West African nation. Last week, Maman was found guilty of 12 counts, including using private firms to funnel money linked to government-funded power plants. That more than a dozen United States business leaders have joined President Donald Trump on his state visit to China, where he is discussing issues including trade, technology, and artificial intelligence, AI with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Upon arrival in Beijing on Wednesday, Trump introduced the group by telling Xi that they were all distinguished representatives from the American business community who all respect and value China, according to China's Xinhua news agency.
And Israel has ramped up its attacks on southern Lebanon, killing 2 people and issuing several forced displacement orders as the two sides prepare for United States brokered talks on extending a ceasefire. Lebanon's national news agency, NNA, reported on Thursday morning that Israeli warplanes targeted the Ezzedine residential project in the town of Srifa, killing 2 people. And former United Kingdom Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner says she has been cleared by tax authorities of deliberate wrongdoing or carelessness over her tax affairs, paving the way for a potential leadership bid as Prime Minister Keir Starmer's grip on power unravels. Starmer, who led his Labour Party to victory in the 2024 general election, is fighting to save his job after disastrous local and regional polls last week. And former Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC star Ronda Rousey will fight the pioneering women's MMA fighter Gina Carano on Saturday, May 16, 2026, as the legendary martial artists come out of long retirements to finally face off. The fight, which is part of the first MMA card to be shown on Netflix and will be produced by Most Valuable Promotions, will take place at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles.
The United States has returned more than 450 historical and cultural artifacts to Pakistan under a bilateral agreement aimed at protecting cultural heritage. The rare antiquities were showcased during an exhibition in Islamabad titled Legacy Returns Home, where officials highlighted ongoing cooperation between the two countries in recovering smuggled and stolen artifacts.
And Karachi recorded a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius on Wednesday as strong, dusty winds swept across the city, according to the Pakistan Meteorological Department. Officials said southwest winds blowing at around 24 kilometers per hour began shortly after sunrise and continued for most of the day, creating hot and dry weather conditions. And the Higher Education Commission, HEC, has opened the registration portal for the law admission test, LRT 2026, for students seeking admission to undergraduate LLB degree programs. The LRT is mandatory for candidates who want to pursue a law degree in universities and law colleges across the country. And health specialists advise parents to limit children's exposure to perfumes, lipsticks, scented creams, and body lotions, warning that certain chemicals in these products may disturb hormone balance and contribute to early puberty, and while stressing the need for parental counseling and greater awareness to encourage safer fragrance-free alternatives. While speaking on a morning show, and a leading dietitian highlighted the need for stronger parental awareness and guidance regarding children's regular exposure to fragrance products and their possible health effects. And Microsoft is working to improve Windows 11 performance through its ongoing Windows K2 initiative. A key part of the effort involves moving core Windows 11 elements to WinUI 3, Microsoft's native Windows UI framework. And the Sindh government will fully open the Shahra-i-Bhutto Expressway in Karachi to the public by the end of May, Sindh Senior Minister Sharjeel Memon said on Thursday. And Shahra-i-Bhutto Expressway is a 39-kilometer high-speed corridor in Karachi that was noted to be 88.2% complete as of March. And Sindh Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah had earlier this year directed the local government department to ensure that the expressway was fully operational by April 2026. And Prince Harry has warned of Britain's deeply troubling rise in anti-Semitism following a string of anti-Semitic attacks directed against the country's Jewish community in an op-ed published Thursday by British left-wing magazine The New Statesman. Harry outlined his fears for what he called a divided kingdom. and urged people to separate their protests against the Israeli government from prejudice towards Jewish people. And Russia launched a barrage of missiles and drones home targeting Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, killing at least 3 people and wounding 40 others. Ukrainian authorities have said. The Ukrainian military said on Thursday that the overnight strikes hit 6 districts of Kyiv and another 6 in the surrounding areas. Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Kuleba said attacks had targeted ports in the southern Odessa region and railways.
That Peshawar High Court, PHC, has stopped authorities from deducting money from the salaries of government employees accused of receiving payments under the Benazir Income Support Programme, BISP. The matter was heard by a 2-member bench comprising Justice Ijaz Anwar and Justice Inamullah Khan.
And Vlectra has announced new installment plans for its Bolt 3K electric motorcycle in Pakistan. The company said customers can finance the motorcycle with flexible payment options of up to 36 months, which brings the cost down to just Rs 10,100 per month.
That former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan's ex-wife, Jemima Goldsmith, has publicly defended New York Times columnist Nicholas Kristof after he came under intense criticism over his recent opinion piece, detailing allegations of sexual violence against Palestinians by Israeli military personnel. Jemima reshared a post by journalist Sangeeta Miska criticizing the backlash against Kristof and condemned what she described as escalating intimidation tactics against journalists covering Palestine.
And former Pakistan national badminton champion Pulwasha Bashir has won the women's 35-plus singles title at the Canadian Masters tournament after defeating Canada top-seeded player Anna Rice in the final. Pulwasha said the event featured more than 300 players from around the world, including competitors from Indonesia, India, Canada, and other countries. She described the tournament as an incredible experience. And the Army Rocket Force Command conducted the successful test fire of the indigenously developed Fateh IV ground-launched cruise missile on Thursday, the military's media affairs wing said. A statement issued by the Inter-Services Public Relations said that the weapon system was equipped with advanced avionics and state-of-the-art navigational aids and capable of engaging long-range targets with high precision. And the Foreign Office on Thursday said certain media reports misrepresented Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi's recent remarks to Deputy Prime Minister and FM Ishak Dar, affirming the call was held with cordiality. The clarification comes after Chinese state media Xinhua reported that during his call with Dar on Tuesday, Wang expressed hope that Pakistan can step up mediation efforts between the United States and Iran.